Do you remember this ad from your childhood?
Nirma, Nirma, washing powder Nirma, washing powder Nirma, दूध सी सफेदी Nirma से आए, रंगीन कपड़ा भी खिल जाए, सबकी पसंद Nirma, Nirma.
It was all over TV in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. But did you know that today this company's founder is worth almost $3 billion? Well, the story starts in 1945 when Karsanbhai Patel was born into a farmer's family in Rupur, Gujarat. At 21, he finished his BSc in chemical engineering and started working as a lab technician. This is where things started getting very interesting. You see, during the 1960s and 70s, multinational brands were selling detergents at very high prices which only the rich could afford. Meaning, most of the Indians were washing clothes laboriously using ash, soap nuts and whatnot. Looking at the situation, in 1969, Karsanbhai put aside 7,000 rupees to invent a breakthrough detergent that the masses could afford, and he starts experimenting. He starts making soda ash and a few other ingredients. After a lot of trial and error, he finally gets the formula right and decides to produce multiple packets of this detergent. But here is where things took a very dark turn. So Karsanbhai had a small daughter whose name was Nirupama, whom he lovingly called Nirma. But unfortunately, one of the days when Nirma was coming back from school, she was hit by a car and lost her life. This single event changed Karsanbhai's life forever. But not in a way one would assume. Instead of this breaking his spirit completely, Karsanbhai made it his life's mission to immortalize his daughter. He named the detergent that he formulated Nirma, and he would go on and make this a global brand. He also put a beautiful illustration of a girl in the white frock on the front of the packet, which was symbolic of her. This was the beginning of the legendary washing powder Nirma. Now, Karsanbhai decided to take his detergent to the market. So, while all the other prominent detergent brands like Hindustan Liver Surf were selling at 13.5 rupees per kg, Karsanbhai started selling his detergent Nirma at just 3.5 rupees per kg. This unique price point of Nirma detergent immediately gained the attention of everybody and made it a local favorite among the middle class and lower income groups. This one man was manufacturing, packaging and distributing the detergent all from a 10 by 10 feet room in his house. Karsanbhai would go around on a bicycle every single day and sell his homemade Nirma detergent door to door after work. It was after 3 years of selling Nirma on his bicycle when he finally decided to open a shop in Ahmedabad and quit his full-time job. As Nirma started gaining popularity, Karsanbhai wanted to focus on making it even bigger. He wanted to take a head-to-head fight with the HULs of the world.
मेरे पास फंडिंग है, फैक्ट्री है और लेबर है। तेरे पास क्या है?
मेरे पास है हेमा, रेखा, जया और सुषमा। सबकी पसंद निर्मा।
निर्मा।
So he decided to take Nirma to the radios and the TVs to reach the masses. Nirma collaborated with Purnima Advertising Agency and came up with the famous jingle that we all love to this date. It was in 1975 when this famous Sabki Pasand Nirma jingle first aired on the radio and continued its streak for 33 years. In 1982, the video version was aired on TV, and in this ad, they introduced the 4 characters Hema, Rekha, Jaya or Sushma. These women were a representation of Nirma's target customers, which were housewives. The ads, the jingle, the characters and the cultural touch were all a stroke of genius. I mean, we remember this tune from 1982 till today in 2023. Can you think of a modern day ad that has the same recall value? I can't. These small, relatable touches skyrocketed Nirma's popularity and customer loyalty. By 1988, Nirma had captured 60% of the detergent market and had overtaken the mainstream detergent Surf. Just like the jingle claimed, Nirma had become Sabki Pasand Nirma, and Karsanbhai's mission to immortalize his daughter was also successful. As of today, Nirma is one of the largest producers of soda ash, when it comes to volumes. Along with this, Nirma has also diversified into many other industries like personal care products, healthcare products, industrial products, education, and the cement industry. His story is absolutely inspirational, and here are 3 key takeaways that I'd like to share from his journey. The first one is identify and address unmet customer needs. See, Karsan Bhai Patel recognized that there was a gap in the detergent market and went to solve for it. He went for the bottom of the pyramid, the lower income groups from your tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India, which have historically been underserved or overlooked by businesses because we feel that there's no money to be made from this segment, or it just doesn't feel like a cool business. So we often ignore this segment. But just like Nirma, if you can create affordable, accessible, and value-driven products and services, you can tap into this vast market of 1.2 billion people and generate profits while also contributing to social and economic development. Second, by making your advertising culturally relevant, your brand can resonate more deeply with consumers and create a stronger brand identity. And this is exactly what Nirma did with Hema, Rekha, Jaya and Sushma. Nirma used small cultural cues and used this to humanize their brand and create a stronger emotional connect with consumers. And lastly, the third point, that is relentlessness and determination. Despite facing a personal tragedy, Karsan Bhai Patel was determined to create a lasting legacy for his daughter. He persisted with his vision, starting small by manufacturing, packaging and distributing Nirma detergent all by himself. See, successful businesses are not built overnight. Every single startup, big or small, is a long-term consistency game. That is all for today. I am Achina Maya. Subscribe to Sabki Pasand AVTV and we'll keep bringing you more such content.